on Friday afternoon, there was a big hullabaloo because Dove, like the soap brand, hired a woman by the name of Zyahna Bryant as one of their brand ambassadors. She's not officially a spokeswoman, but they hired her in the same capacity that Bud Light hired Dylan Mulvaney to be like an online influencer. Once you promote Dove, you get a stipend for it. And this woman, Zyahna Bryant, is a Black Lives Matter activist, and people on the internet were very quick to point out the fact that Zyahna Bryant, a couple of years ago, had made a false accusation against a young white woman, accusing her of being horribly racist. This is in the midst of all the Black Lives Matter riots, and this woman, this white woman that was falsely accused, her life was ruined. She had to move. She faced threats from Black Lives Matter agitators and activists. Her job prospects were ruined. And Zyahna Bryant later admitted that she had, quote unquote, misheard the racist statement that she had accused this white woman of making. And so essentially she lied and ruined this woman's life, accusing her of being racist just because she had white skin, which is racism in and of itself. Dove hired her anyway to not only be a brand ambassador, but to advance what they call size freedom. This is the woman.
My belief is that we should be centering the voices and experiences of the most marginalized people and communities at all times. So when I think about what fat liberation looks like to me, it looks like centering the voices and the experiences of those who live in and who maneuver through spaces and institutions in a fat body. It looks like making accessible spaces and having conversations that are aware of the fact that people have different bodies and that they are interacting with space and people and institutions and communities in a different way. Fat liberation looks like fully embracing those differences and having those conversations instead of shying away from them. To learn more about fat liberation and the campaign for size freedom that Dove is supporting, visit dove.com/size freedom. Tap in, join the campaign, support the campaign. This is important and we should all be talking about it.
Okay, so this is obviously absurd. We're going to talk about fat liberation in just a second, but a lot of people were talking about how awful it was that this woman ruined this white girl's life with a false accusation, and that's all true. But I fell down a rabbit hole looking into this because I just had a suspicion based on the way that Zyahna Bryant spoke, the fact that she used the word fat liberation, not just fat acceptance. I had a suspicion that there was something else to this story. So I did a little digging and I found several very interesting, very troubling things about not only this woman and what she stands for, but about Dove and their parent company and what their parent company stands for. You guys are probably going to be shocked but not surprised. So this is the report from the Daily Mail about what Zyahna Bryant did to the white woman. We'll start there because we want to establish first that even the other things that I found out about this situation, notwithstanding, this is a bad person and Dove should not be doing business with her. In fact, it almost rises to the level of what Bud Light did with Dylan Mulvaney, right? Dylan Mulvaney embraces queer theory as a lifestyle in his transgender identity. Zyahna Bryant embraces probably critical race theory, but one step worse, it as her lifestyle as well, as being a quote-unquote fat activist. And Dove is promoting this. This is not something we should promote, but this is what the Daily Mail reported about her actions several years ago. Bryant, age 22, claimed that she had overheard a white student named Morgan Bettinger threaten Black Lives Matter protesters in Charlottesville in July of 2020 after she used the phrase speed bumps while describing the protest that she saw. But Bryant later admitted she may have misheard after gleefully watching and joining in as Bettinger was canceled and her life was destroyed. Bettinger, the white student, was subjected to a torrent of abuse and a campaign to remove her from the University of Virginia. Staff and students ganged up against her and scuppered her future prospects. And then what happened later is Bryant admitted that she misheard. In fact, Bettinger was advocating for the Black Lives Matter protesters, saying it's a good thing the police showed up or else they might have been turned into speed bumps. So she was thanking police for saving the protesters. But because she was white, this woman, this Black Lives Matter activist, Zyahna Bryant, assumed that she was such a racist that she would want to kill Black people. That's evil. That is so evil. To callously ruin someone's life based on your own racism. I mean, Zyahna Bryant was racist to assume that because Morgan Bettinger was white, that she was racist. But it goes deeper than this. It goes deeper than this. This is something that I've been talking about for the last few months. I've been warning that this would be the next front. We had the assault on reality that came in the form of critical race theory, telling us that white people were racist just because they're white, even if they don't feel racist thoughts towards people of other races. Their entire experience is built on institutions of white supremacy, so they enjoy white privilege, which is a form of oppression against Black people. This is an assault on reality. That's not true. It's not real. Then we had queer theory, which is the transgender ideology. This is perhaps even a more obvious assault on reality. Men cannot be women, women cannot be men. It doesn't matter how you chop up and mutilate your body or what kind of pharmaceuticals you take. You can't change who you were made to be. And I've been warning that the next iteration of the assault on reality is fat activism. It's why I've commented on so many of Lizzo's videos, despite the fact that Lizzo's fans come after me and claim that I'm fat phobic and bullying and mean. It's none of that. It's none of that. It's simply fact. I mean, obesity is dangerous for one thing. So it's a lie to be telling people that you can be healthy at every size. That's not true. That's not reality. You're not healthy if you're morbidly obese. There's a reason, actually. And I want you to stop and think about this. Think about the people that you know in your own life. Think about the people you go to school with. Think about the people you work with. Think about if you ride the bus or the train. Think about people that you see. Do you ever see morbidly obese old people? You don't. You never see extremely fat old people. And the reason for that is because they die young because of their obesity. Because obesity is one of the driving factors behind heart disease, stroke, diabetes, some types of cancer, and it causes you to lose years of life. You will die young. In fact, according to the NIH, a body mass index of 18.5 to 24.9, that represents a healthy weight. An individual with extreme obesity has a BMI of 40 or more. That's about 100 pounds over his ideal body weight. And according to the NIH, Dr. Kitahara and her colleagues made the stunning discovery that extreme obesity can shorten lifespan by up to 14 years. 14 years. And it almost reminds me when these fat activists like Lizzo saying, "Oh, I'm the new beauty standard," or, fat is beautiful, blah, blah, blah. It almost reminds me of what Andrew Tate does when he offers young men a self-destructive message, leading men down the path to self-destruction. That's what these fat activists are doing. They're leading people down the path to self-destruction. Because if you're encouraging someone to be fat and you're telling them, you're healthy, you're beautiful, this is fine, this is normal, this is how you were made, this is what you were intended to be, you are actively giving them advice that could lessen their lifespan by 14 years. That's a jaw-dropping number to me. A jaw-dropping number. So we've established that this individual, Zyahna Bryant, is a bad person. Dove never should have hired her. I wouldn't blame conservatives if they felt that they wanted to Bud Light Dove, because it's kind of the same thing.
Hi guys, it's Liz Wheeler. Don't forget to watch my show, The Liz Wheeler Show, every night at 7 p.m. on the First TV. You can download the free First TV app, or you can visit thefirsttv.com/Liz and start watching today.
Liberals and progressives want to suppress the truth and distract you from what really matters. Don't let that happen. Sign up for the new daily email that's become essential reading for true conservatives. Get the Up First newsletter. Visit thefirsttv.com and sign up today.